Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and for this video I am going to take you along on a journey because I went to my first anime convention today. It's called Anime Inc. and this convention is a bit different than your normal convention because it's all centered around anime tattoos, and there's a lot of artists there that are giving tattoos. And the thing about this is that I'm actually afraid of tattoos and afraid of needles. And you're probably wondering, Sansan, you silly girl, why would you go to an anime convention that is centered around tattoos if you don't want a tattoo? Well, the simple answer is that it's really close to where I live. So I didn't have to take an Uber, I didn't have to take a bus, I could have simply just walked there. And two, they also have a bunch of different vendors and other artists who are not really specialized in tattoos selling their merch and art. And then there was also some different panels, cosplay competition and everything, all the sorts. And there even was a maid cafe that I impromptu decided to go to. I wasn't planning to buy a ticket for that, but I decided to last minute, and I'm really happy I did because I had a great time. So I'm going to take you along on my journey. I don't have a whole lot of clips of me myself taking them at the convention, but I have a lot of merch that I want to show you guys from this convention, and I hope you guys enjoy this little video. Okay, so now that we got the intro out of the way, let's talk about all the stuff I got at Anime Inc. 2025. Now, this is my first time going to a full-scale anime convention, like I mentioned before. So I got quite a bit of stuff. I tried not to go overboard because there is some stuff that I want to save up for in terms of IRL stuff, and there's just a whole lot of stuff going on with my new place and getting settled. So I tried not to go overboard, but I did pick up a bit of stuff, so I figured I might as well make a video out of it. So first we're going to start with some smaller stuff and work our way up. Okay, so these were probably the cheapest items I got at the convention. These are $1 Polaroid cards. So they printed out screenshots of Love and Deep Space, the game, and then the two animes, Dandadan and Chainsaw Man, and they made them into little Polaroids. I thought they were cute. Honestly, what drew my attention was the Zane from Love and Deep Space, because I've been meaning to get more Love and Deep Space merch, and when I saw the Zane and other boys, and then I saw they had anime stuff too, I picked those up. So in total I spent $3 for these Polaroids. So now we're going to go on to the gachapon sections. So what happened with me in the convention is that I was very unprepared for it because due to some financial things with my banking, I can't use Venmo, Cash App. The only apps that I can use when it comes to bank exchange is PayPal, and a lot of people use Cash App and Venmo in my particular area. So they either took Venmo, Cash App, or just straight up cash. So luckily, I'm the type of person who's a bit old school, and I always carry cash on me, just in case anything were to happen. So I was able to still buy stuff with cash. So, but because of that, my bills were kind of big, and I didn't want to give this gachapon machine a $50 bill, because I knew I wasn't spending $50 worth of gachapons, especially because by the time I went to the convention, a lot of the gachapons were already emptied and sold out. So I broke that $50 by going to a maid cafe experience. I was so excited because I have been to a maid cafe experience once. I've never posted it many places, so a lot of people don't notice, but this is my first time actually going to a sit-down maid cafe with the full experience. So I was really excited about that. So not only was I able to break my change and get some gachapons later in the afternoon, but I also got a really cool experience. So most of these gachapons are a mystery even to me, so we're going to open them together. So let's start with the smallest one. Hopefully I can open these on camera. I find it so difficult to open gachapons. So this was a Sanrio gachapon. I was hoping to get Cinnamon Roll, but unfortunately I did not get Cinnamon Roll. I don't know his name. Let me see if it has his name on here. Oh, it's in Japanese. Okay, I can't read Japanese, but this is the little guy. He's a little penguin looking dude. If you guys know who he is, put his name down in the comments. Because I really wanted cinnamon roll, but I didn't get cinnamon roll, unfortunately. So we got this little penguin guy, and he's really cute too. So, you know, I'm not complaining. I could probably put him on a bag or something. And then this one, I kind of know what this is because I opened it with my with somebody else who I was with at the convention, a new friend that I made. And I went to do this Miku gachapon. I'm not a huge Vocaloid fan, I'm not a huge fan of Miku, but I thought she was cute, so I ended up doing it. And I got a little bag charm, which I'm really excited about. Okay, isn't she cute? Is she holding the Rubik's Cube or just a regular cube? Either way, I have to find a bag to put her on, but she is really cute. And then finally, I decided to do this Oshinoko. You probably can see the character tree here. But I did an Oshinoko gachapon, and I ended up getting Arma. I think her name is Arma. But she's the red-haired girl from Oshinoko, and she's really cool too, so I was happy to get her. I either wanted her or I didn't really want Ruby. And I wouldn't mind like Aqua either, but I really wanted either her or I, and I got her, so I'm really happy about that. Okay, so speaking of maid cafes, so when I went to the maid cafe, they were doing a sale on the tickets because at first the tickets were online for like, I think $30 for a normal experience and like $40 for a VIP. Of course, since this was the last day of the convention, they marked their prices down to get more people through the door. So I ended up getting a VIP for a really good deal of just $25. I was super excited about that because I never did a VIP maid experience ever before. And so it came with a little keychain, and then it came with a little Polaroid. I thought it was what they called it, something that starts with a C. I don't want to mispronounce it, but they gave us a little Polaroid and they decorated it. I'm covering my face because I'm not really a face YouTuber, but I took a picture of two maids that were really cool and they were really helpful and stuff like that. So that was fun. So I'm gonna move this out the way. And then I got the keychain for free because I did the VIP experience. And I thought that their little mascot was super duper cute, so I was really excited about this. So here she is. I think it's Cafe Mirai, if I'm not mistaken. And this is the first time I've ever had an experience with them, and they were all really nice and super cool. You guys saw that we got a little like more of an entree, so I got like a parfait, and it also, my ticket also came with a drink as well, so that was nice. I can't wait to put this keychain somewhere. I have a lot of keychains and not enough bags to put stuff on, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, so now we're going to go to the small business side. Like I mentioned before, this anime convention is a bit different. It's not your typical anime convention because it was more along the lines of doing anime tattoos. So there's a lot of tattoo artists doing a whole bunch of tattoos. I am not a tattoo girly. Tattoos scare me. I don't want to imagine the feeling of a bunch of needles pricking me over and over again to get a particular character on my body, so I did not participate in the tattoo section. But there were a lot of tattoo artists and just regular artists there that was selling like their art, so I did buy some art from some artists. So first, I did a really bad thing. I should have gotten everybody's business cards, but if I can find them again, I will put their links in either the description or I'll have it pop up on the camera on the video. So first I went to this artist and they had this really beautiful Shinobu sticker. I can't wait to put her on my new water bottle. And then they were doing mystery blind bags that came with a couple of little things, and they had like different themes. So I decided to do Freerun because I figured if I get any character for Freerun, I will still like it because Freerun has a smaller list of characters and there's only so many characters in that show. So let's open them together because this is a surprise even for me. Oh, this Dragonite is really cute. I wish I could keep the sticker. Okay, so we have a little Himmel like peeper. I think this is really cute. Oh, so we have the old cast. Okay, so we have Himmel, we have, I forgot his name, but we have Heiter as well. So they did the old cast from Freerun. And let's make sure that's everything. Yep, that is everything. So I have a couple of peepers from all of them. I'm not sure where I'm going to put them. They're quite big, but they're still really cute. And then another artist I went to, was selling like different merch from different animes, and there's this one particular scene in Apothecary Diaries when Mama was like, "This is poison," and she's like looks so cool, and she puts the paper up to her like mouth, and it has edits of that everywhere on TikTok. So I got this keychain of her doing that exact pose. It was either I was going to get the keychain or the print, but I decided to get the keychain because I feel like this keychain would be really pretty on like a bag or something. And now finally we're at the big ticket items. Now they weren't that expensive. I paid $10 for each of these prints, and this one was one of Yor and Anya. You guys know I love Yor. I love Yor in her sweater dress specifically. I even have a cosplay of her in her sweater dress, and so I was really excited when I saw this print. Probably one of the first things I bought when I got to the convention. This one was actually done by a tattoo artist called Sinful Tats. Luckily they have their name there so I could tell you guys, and they do a bunch of different like tattoos and art prints, and I was so excited when I saw this, so I bought it from them. And then finally I got this humongous free rent print for like a deal. This print was originally supposed to be $20, but I wasn't going to get that one. I was going to get the small one for $10 because I was like, I don't need to spend extra $10 to get a big print when I could just use a small print. And so the person forgot to put the sold out sign on the small free rent print, and they were like, well, since it was my mistake that I didn't put the sold out sign on the small free rent print, I'll just give you the big free rent print for the price of the small one. So I was like, well, if you insist, you know. So I ended up getting this free rent print. This art is beautiful. I love the different textures of free rent. I think she looks amazing, and I just really like this print. So I can't wait to hang it up somewhere on my bedroom wall. And that was pretty much it. Okay, so this is most of the stuff that I got. The convention was super fun. I made a new friend. I went to a maid cafe. Honestly, I would go back there next year if they have the same, if it's happening at the same place, because it was really easy to get to. Literally could have just walked to it from my apartment. And it seems like I did a lot of damage, but a lot of these stuff were pretty cheap. The prices in the convention, which is what I was afraid of, I thought it would have been like astronomically expensive, and I would have just been like crying to myself not being able to buy a lot of merch because of how expensive it was. But this convention, I think, compared to like what I've seen online with different conventions, their prices were pretty reasonable. Oh, cannot speak today. And so I honestly didn't feel like my wallet cried that much to actually spend time there and actually have a good time. And then there was also other activities there, like I mentioned before. There was a cosplay contest. Apparently they did one for each day. There was another panel talking about hot takes of anime. And then of course you had the maid cafe where you had to spend a little extra for, but because they had a lot of extra tickets and a lot of extra space, I actually got a really good discount for it, and it actually allowed me to break my $50 bill so that I can get some Gachapon tokens. So overall, I had a great time. I would go again. I hope to go to more anime conventions in the future, and I also hope to cosplay at anime conventions in the future because there were just so many talented cosplayers there, and I was like, oh, I wish I had dressed up, but alas, I didn't this time, but maybe next time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.